This is September the 28th. We are, I'm like, somebody just went past me. Recording my blog for the week. Sorry, I got a lot of action happening in here. There is there's a lot of energy happening, a lot of shifts in the energy, and I want to kind of get this out as kind of quickly of a message as I possibly can. So I don't know how long it'll take or where it'll come from. And I'm not always into my cards, and I don't know why I'm so holding them so tight tonight, but I'm holding on to the cards very tightly, holding on to the, and I feel like there's a lot of energy that's being held on to very tightly. There's a lot of, I'm going to call this as it is. There's a lot of people out there claiming to be these martyrs, these saviors, going to save the freaking world, going to, you know, doing the right thing for us. You're just like there to do the right thing. I've met a lot of people like that in my life, and it's like, who are you really doing this for? Who are you really thinking that you're doing this, that you're playing this? You know, it's a trick, it's a motive. And what's behind your motive? Oh, I'm going to do the right thing. And I'm going to tell you, we're seeing it right now in social media. We're seeing it in news. We're doing the right thing by you, by not sharing this. We're doing the right thing by not letting you see this. And it's like, really? How about you let me decide for myself? And I feel like what this energy this week is really coming down is a lot of family secrets, a lot of things. I was like, oh, I was protecting you, or oh, I was doing the right thing for you, or oh, I thought, you know, I thought if I would just tell them, if I just warn them. And so a lot of martyrs' secrets are being exposed. A lot of that so-called do the right thing that actually takes people to some of their lowest energy, that makes good people turn not so nice. You're seeing a lot of that be kind of exposed, come to life. A lot of exposure here. A lot of that whole, oh, I'm such a, you know, I'm such a quiet person. I don't like the attention. I don't like to be seen. But that's kind of bullshit for a lot of people. And so there's a light shining up there's a light shining on the shadows this week. And I have a lot of light shining on the shadows of people, have a lot of light, you know, allowing us to really be able to know that what pours into the cup of life, into the life that we live with, where we breathe our air, where we breathe through life in the human world, is that there's always the good energy, there's always the bad energy, there's always the good light, there's always the imposter light. And we just always got that sense that it both pours in, it both mix, and it's hard to decipher and be able to tell the difference between something that feels good, something that feels right, and something that doesn't. And some of this energy is really good at disguising itself as being a fantastic freaking energy. Like, oh, I'm all there for you. I'm there to save you. It's like, look at me. Look at this temple I've built. Look at this. Look what I got to give to you. And it's like, you need to just leave all these people, and you need to do this, or you need to come to my side, or you need to kick that friend out of the group, or you need to be this, or you need to be that, or it's like fucking bullshit. And I'm going to call it out as it is. And that's how they're telling me it is bullshit. We have this, like, this eye of the beholder that's looking in, that eye of the protection that's looking in on us. And I just got like this eye, and it's like the eye in that star of like that like that star when you see the eye, and I'm like, I can't even get the words out right now. Blah. And it's like, we're seeing like it's lighting up the so-called evil, and the evil is not where you thought the evil was. That's what we're getting, is that whole sense of where you thought the bad people were really weren't the bad people. Where you thought the people that tried to make other people out to be the bad people, you're finding out the real truth behind it. So it's like, if you've been the person waiting for that one person who's always made themselves look like the martyr and the savior in the family, oh, I'm such a good person, I do all the good things. Me, I would never do that. You know, play that role all the time. Well, that bullshit is coming to an end. There's a full exposure, stripped down. All of that's happening all the way around us. I'm like, it's a lot of light. There's a lot of light in this moon. This is an Aries full moon that's coming up. It's a fire sign. There's a lot of action. Fire, Aries are passion. I am an Aries. I know all about the passion, that drive, that desire. And it's like your world is yours to create and nobody else gets to create it. And so that person that tried to make you to be the bad person, and trust me, I get it. It's like that energy that comes in that says that, oh, you're this and she's that, and you better believe that about her. And this is what she's like. Do they really know them? So it's also coming present in families and in business and in work and in the world. It's like all those that were thinking they're, could play this game. How long can you play that game and how long can you hide a secret? Corners of rugs are lifting. Secrets are being exposed. And a lot of those people that were on the top of their game, a lot of those people that built empires or built lives on somebody else's back, as they would call it, on somebody else's energies, I just feel like, yeah, you're going to see some of that come into life. But we have, and so the moon is in reverse. The moon card is in reverse. And I have this, this lone wolf, but when you look at a lone wolf, a wolf, and you say that lone wolf, well, that wolf is never really ever alone. There's always another wolf. There's always a pack. And then in order to grow, in order to mate, in order to be able to bring new life in, it needs a partner. It needs to seek and search something out. Well, so does that kind of Lucifer energy, that darker energy, that shadow, that self, that martyr. They always need to search out somebody. And the same with all parts of us. We cannot do this world alone. And the more that we think we're doing it alone, or the more that we think we're the only person that can do the right thing, or the only person who can save other people, the more that world becomes actually a lonelier world than what we think it is. And it becomes worse. And so there's this energy that's coming through here for me that is truly showing me that there is an emotional story here. And it ties all the way back into the stories of the past of, if you were the little one that got bullied, or you were bullied in the past, or you were controlled in the past. It's like you're really starting to see how those stories have contributed to some of the choices and decisions that you've made, and the motives behind some of your desires to make things happen, or to kind of take control of things, or to, build relationships and partnerships, or whatever it is, on control, on trying to give a persona that you're somebody you're not. So if you're, you can only hide and mask that of yourself for so long, and eventually that gets exposed. And so there's just that's coming up. And then I just feel like with that exposure comes in new beginnings. And once we get it all out of the way, it's like, okay, phew, I'm so done with that secret. I'm so done with carrying that energy. I'm so done at being angry. I'm so done at being mad. I'm so done at this. So done. I'm so done with playing this game. As life is going to unfold as it's supposed to, why do I keep holding on to this? Why am I so caught in this? And let it go. So with that, let it go, I also feel like there's a lot of I see money flying at windows. I'm like, there's money going at windows. Everything you're saving for that rainy day is it's like, what am I so afraid of? What am I scared of? And I just see money going out. And so there's money going out the windows, but money's also coming in through the door. And I'm like, so there's a lot of people that will be losing a lot of money, and a lot of money going. And it's like, was that your purpose? Was that your call, so that everyone in the world could lose money? But there's something big to that story and to that message. It's like, why do we want to see someone not feel worthy? Why do we want somebody not to feel, as if that their story may be real or meaning thing? And are we done with that yet? And so there's a real ending happening here. I have lots of ending. And I just have being caught in an old story here. The only thing has us trapped in the illusions of our stories is ourselves. And so there's big changes. This energy shifts. This energy changes. After this full moon, this energy moves, it shifts. All the energy shifts now into truth and freedom to tell the truth, freedom to live in the truth, and freedom to be ourselves. And it just feels like it feels good to have it all out. It feels good to have it all exposed. It feels good to be able to clean the slate, to clear the table, to bring families back together, to bring emotions back together, and to be able to get clear. And it's like, now, it's like there's always going to be the one who wants to be that knight in shining armor, wants to be that one to come in and save everybody. But for the most part, the majority, it feels like people are going back to saving themselves. People are going back in that knowing that we can only save ourselves. I have the sun card coming out, and I keep getting this. I keep seeing the white horse is what I keep seeing. So I'm going to tie it into the story how I see it. That we're so close to an end, but we have dark days. We have dark challenges. Once we expose something, once we let that out, once we say, you know what, I did do that to that person. I was that person who told that story. I was that person who told that lie. I was that person that made that up because I was angry. Once that comes out, then you have to deal with the wrath of that. We have to deal with the after effects of that. But when it all passes, when everything comes clear, when everything gets clear, it's like truly riding off in your dream life, truly riding off in such better energy, peace, freedom, being set free. That kind of energy is what's coming up for me. And I feel like I'm really challenging through this message tonight. Like there's so much more that needs to be said to this, but it's like the full moon hasn't come. We're still in the sun instead, and I have the moon and I have the sun. But it's like it hasn't unfolded yet. It hasn't fully unfolded. But I can tell you is that the way I'm picking up is that I have these angels with me. But I've said this to my mediumship students tonight, is that angels, not all angels are as pretty as what you think they are. So it's like the person that pretties himself up, or the image that pretties himself up and says, oh, but I've done this, and I've, doesn't always mean that's the best one, or that's the most honest one. Sometimes it's the ones who are what they are. They might not have ever put it up for you. They might not have done anything to kiss your ass, but they were the ones that were right. And it's like that energy is what's coming true. It's like you're really seeing that. It's the ones that didn't feel a need to kiss anyone's ass or to feel a need to become a part of a collective. And so this eye of protection has been protecting us from further damage, from further collateral damage. But there's only so much protection that can be given to us before we have to feel the effects of this damage, of what has been caused, what have been done. And I feel like this is a time of feeling like the darker days in this energy, but it's also now because it's ending, and with every ending might not be so pretty, but we'll be able to breathe fresh air on the end. And I just feel like there's a whole breath of fresh air that's coming in as well. And I keep changing decks and I keep going back and forth, and I'm like, why do I even have cards out? Why am I kind of stuck with that? Because there's so many stories that are unfolding. There's so many versions, and there's so much kind of energy that's trying to convince me to look another direction, and I just can't look another direction. Something is coming to life, and I have the devil energy here. So I just truly, honestly feel like, that this story, and there's my star, I'm like, it's in the middle of the pendulum, it's in the middle of everything. It feels like to me like this story is really kind of coming to an end. There's exposures in families, there's exposures in relationships, there's some, you're finding out probably some of the things that you didn't want to know, you didn't want to find out, but you are. But the back to the martyr energy. And so that martyr, that person who plays that role, truly comes up. I just keep getting this, is that trying to buy this love, trying to buy friendship, trying to buy into, like trying to buy into our lives, or trying like that's ending. And with that, it's like has to be repaired. This is like the lover's card, and the lover's card is about if you start to be able to save you, who are you trying to save, and why is it not you that you're putting your efforts and work in? And it's like there's a lot of freaking emotional stories here, and it's like sometimes you got to think, what do I owe? Or why do I feel like I owe so much? And to be able to let that go. Page of Pentacles is coming up, and it's like it's your world to create. And this is a softer, gentler energy after the moon that's coming in. Like I said, I have 2 messages that'll come through this week. And plus I have the zodiac. So I hope some of those will resonate more. But I just feel like we're being untied, we're being untethered. And with that, it's like every secret comes feeling it's like the floodgates are opening, and it's like I've been calling this flood for a while, and we're seeing the floodgates open, and it's like this gush of energy, this gush of like just full, like all out kind of exposure. It is not where you think it is, and it's in different places. And it's like everyone that was playing that role of putting themselves up on their own crown, up on their own thrones, and saying, I'm the good person. I've always been the good person. I've always done right. It's like that's kind of coming to full end, but it's also in work, it's in relationships, it's everywhere. And I just feel like it's like, so those who have had to live in that energy of not being enough, or being like kind of always having to prove themselves, feeling like they're always kind of being booted out of the energy, booted out of life. Somebody else is always trying to make themselves look better than them. Full exposure here, man. Full exposure coming up there. And so it's like it's like this whole socially like acceptable, appropriate, like you want to be the appropriate one, or trying to stay fitting in. Yeah, nope, it's all coming to an end. And so there's a lot of harmony that's been out of whack, a lot of disaccord, a lot of energy that's been in families, in relationships, in work. And it's like, this is now the time to bring this back together. Time to start creating a new world, a new life. And there's lots of 2 cards. So we have a lot of the beginnings have already started. Like we've already ended, the beginnings already started. We're in the creation now. And this feels like, so we have I'm like, it feels like, I don't even want to say we have new beginnings. We have creation. So we have these new creations. We have this like setting our sights higher, looking in a new perspective. And even those that were being martyrs, we're not going to kick them out and boot them out of the family. Or we're just going to say, you know what? Are you like, now that you've got all that over, now you can just be normal like the rest of us, and now you can just be an average person, and now you can just be whatever, but you can say I'm sorry, and you can do your own self-forgiveness, and just recognize where those stories came from, where that pain came from, and to be able to move forward from there. And I hope in some way that resonates with you. But we have a lot of warrior, we have a lot of like that fighting energy, and it's like we're fighting for the right cause now, which is love. We're fighting for the right cause of stop fighting each other, and we're stop fighting for the people who keep trying to bury secrets, keep trying to keep their secrets hidden, so they keep trying to create stories, all coming to an end. We have beautiful yellow and blue lights that keep shining through here. And I got the sunflower, I got the sun, and I got the moon, and I got the water, and I got the sky. So I have all elements, except I'm not seeing ground. I'm not seeing that browny colors. And so I'm not seeing those because I feel like we're not grounded. And maybe we don't need to be grounded, but it's like because what we're actually fighting for right now is in higher energy. It is in love. It's in the light. So I feel like we have to be more connected to spirit world and allow ourselves to be closer to that energy than to the earthly energy, because the earth energy is lying to us. The ancestors have lied to us, and there's been all kinds of secrets kept everywhere. And it's like, we don't want to be on the contaminated ground. We want to be flying high and into this energy, and trusting your intuition and the spirit world and what the spirit world is telling us, that this is like, we're truly fighting for the right thing now, which is love, which is light, which is to come together as a collective, but not to be a collective where we are all thinking from the one mind. We have that there. We don't need that here on earth. We need multiple people, multiple minds. And Archangel Michael is coming in to truly be able to help cut those cords and to release it and let go. So I hope this resonates. You'll see me again in a few days. Much love. Bye-bye.